Most people think that walking more is the key to staying fit after 70. But what if I told you that doctors are now cautioning against relying on it too much? Walking is definitely good for keeping active, but if it's your only form of movement, you might actually be speeding up aging, not slowing it down. The truth is, as we get older, our bodies need more than just steps to stay strong, stable, and pain-free. Overdependence on walking, without adding other vital forms of exercise, can lead to muscle weakening, joint discomfort, and a greater chance of falling. That's why many experts now suggest walking less and focusing more on 5 key areas that actually help maintain strength, energy, and independence well into your 70s and beyond. In this video, we'll go over the 5 most important things to do instead of just walking. These small shifts can help protect your bones, improve how you move, and potentially extend your life. Stick around until the end. The final one is rarely discussed, but plays a major role in healthy aging. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you enjoy this, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type €0 so I know how to improve. Let's get into it. 1. Strength training to maintain muscle. Walking keeps you moving, but if that's all you're doing, you could be losing critical muscle mass. After 70, muscle decline, known as sarcopenia, becomes one of the biggest risks to staying independent. The issue is that walking doesn't challenge your muscles enough to keep them strong. Doctors now stress that strength training should be a top priority. It helps rebuild muscle, boosts balance, and reduces your chance of falls or injuries. If you can still lift heavy groceries, stand up from a chair without help, or easily open a jar, that's a great sign. But if everyday tasks are becoming harder, your muscles might already be weakening, often without you realizing it. Take Robert, 74. He walked daily and thought that was enough, until lifting a box felt tough and standing from the couch became harder. His doctor told him, muscle loss doesn't just happen. You let it happen when you don't fight back. Faster if you don't push your muscles. So he started adding simple strength exercises to his daily routine, using resistance bands, doing bodyweight squats, and lifting light dumbbells. Within a few months, he felt a noticeable difference. More strength, better balance, and more energy throughout the day. Strength training doesn't mean you have to lift heavy at the gym. It can be as easy as using bands, doing counter push-ups, squats with your body weight, or lifting everyday items at home. The key is progressive resistance, gradually making your muscles work harder to keep them active and strong. And the benefits go well beyond just muscle. Research shows maintaining muscle mass is strongly connected to living longer, moving better, and even supporting brain function. Want to test where you stand right now? Try sitting in a chair and standing up without using your hands. If that's easy, great. But if it's tough, it's a sign your strength may be fading. The good news? You can rebuild it. Strength training can restore muscle, boost balance, and help keep you independent as you age. So if walking is still your only form of exercise, this is your wake-up call. After 70, muscle isn't just about fitness, it's essential to longevity. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, type 1 in the comments so I know you're with me. Let's keep going. 2. Balance and stability training to prevent falls. Walking keeps your body in motion, but it doesn't always improve your balance, something many people don't notice until it's too late. After 70, avoiding falls becomes critical. In fact, falls are a top cause of serious injury among older adults, and they're often due to poor balance, not weak legs. You might think, I've walked all my life, my balance must be fine. But balance slowly fades with age unless you work on it. Walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizers in your ankles, core, and feet like balance-specific exercises do. When your balance declines, even a tiny misstep can result in a serious fall. Think about the last time you stood on one foot to put on a sock. Did you feel steady? If you had to grab something for support, your balance may already be slipping. That's exactly what happened to Edward, 76. He always walked daily, but one misstep made him realize just how vulnerable he'd become. He was active, but one day while stepping off a curb, his foot landed awkwardly and he nearly fell. He managed to catch himself, but that moment opened his eyes to how fragile his balance had become. His doctor recommended simple balance exercises, like standing on one leg, gently shifting his weight side to side, and practicing slow, controlled movements. Within weeks, he began to feel more stable, confident, and grounded. The best part? Balance training doesn't need a gym or fancy gear. Easy movements like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or slowly shifting your weight from side to side can greatly improve your sense of stability. And it's not just about fall prevention. Better balance improves posture, reaction time, and coordination, making your everyday movements feel smoother and more controlled. Want to test your balance right now? Stand near a countertop for safety and lift one foot off the ground. Try to hold it for 10 seconds. If that's easy, you're doing well. But if it's hard to stay steady, it may be time to start working on your balance. The sooner, the better. Balance is one of those abilities we take for granted until we lose it. Training it now can help keep you independent for years to come. So if walking is still your only form of exercise, it's time to give balance training the attention it deserves. Staying active is good, but staying steady is even better. 3. Flexibility and mobility training to keep joints moving freely. Walking keeps you in motion, but it doesn't do much to stretch your muscles or improve your range of motion, and after 70, that becomes crucial. Joints naturally stiffen with age, and when flexibility fades, everyday movements start to feel more restricted. If you've noticed it's harder to turn your head, reach down to tie your shoe, or twist around in the car seat, that's a sign your mobility is declining. And when your movement becomes limited, so does your independence. The issue is, most people don't realize how important flexibility is until they've already lost it. Walking doesn't stretch muscles fully or activate the full range of motion your joints require. That's why experts now say flexibility and mobility work is just as vital as staying active. Those small signs of stiffness, they're your body's early warning. Don't ignore them, by little. That's exactly what happened to Walter, 78. He was still walking every day, but over time he noticed that getting out of bed felt stiffer. When he reached for something on the floor, he had to bend his knees more than usual. His doctor explained that the issue wasn't just aging, it was the result of not using his joints through their full range of motion. So Walter began adding gentle stretches, slow movements, and mobility-focused exercises to his daily routine. Within a few weeks, he felt looser, more relaxed, and even noticed that his posture had improved. Flexibility training doesn't mean sitting and touching your toes for 10 seconds. Movements like shoulder rolls, neck turns, ankle circles, and knee-to-chest stretches can work wonders. Simple, controlled motions, especially ones inspired by yoga, help keep your joints well lubricated and pain-free. And the benefits go far beyond reduced stiffness. Better flexibility means fewer aches, improved blood flow, better posture, and a lower risk of falls. Want to see where your flexibility stands? Try this. Stand tall and slowly turn your head as far as you can to one side, then the other. Did it feel smooth or restricted? If you felt tightness, it's a sign your flexibility is starting to decline, and now is the best time to act. Mobility loss isn't something that just happens with age. It's something that happens when we stop moving our bodies through their full range. Just a few minutes of targeted stretching each day can help keep your body mobile, comfortable, and more youthful for years to come. So if walking is your only form of exercise, it's time to add flexibility work into the mix. Keeping your joints loose and your movements fluid is one of the best ways to stay active and independent after 70. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, drop a 3 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now let's move on. 4. Core and posture training to support your spine. Walking gets your legs moving, but it does little for your core strength or alignment, both of which become essential after 70. A strong core isn't just about looking fit, it helps protect your spine, ease back pain, and maintain balance. Fully engage the deep core muscles in your lower back and abdomen. That's why health experts now stress that after 70, core and posture exercises should be a top priority. Take Harold, 75, for example. He stayed active for years, but slowly began noticing his shoulders slumping and his lower back becoming tight. Despite walking daily, his doctor explained that poor posture was creating excess pressure on his spine and joints, leading to stiffness and balance issues. So Harold began adding gentle core-focused movements to his routine, like seated pelvic tilts, posture resets while standing, and abdominal bracing. Within a few weeks, his back pain eased, his posture improved, and even his breathing felt more open. You don't need a gym or fancy gear to train your core. Simple actions like standing tall with your back against a wall, tightening your lower abs while seated, or doing slow torso rotations can activate the stabilizing muscles that keep your spine aligned, and the benefits go far beyond better posture. A strong core improves balance, reduces joint pressure, and even helps with digestion, since your abdominal muscles support internal organs. Want to test your core? Try standing with your back flat against a wall, making sure your head, shoulders, and hips touch the surface. Can you hold this without strain? If it feels uncomfortable, it might be time to strengthen your core muscles. Posture and core strength are crucial for staying mobile, avoiding injuries, and preserving a youthful look. If walking is your only exercise, now's the time to train the muscles that keep you upright and stable. 5. Joint protection and low-impact movement to reduce stress. Walking is a healthy habit, but if it's your only activity, it could lead to excess wear on your joints, especially after 70. As we age, cartilage thins, joint fluid decreases, and our body absorbs impact less effectively. That's why many older adults begin feeling stiff knees, sore hips, or foot pain, even if they've been active for years. The issue isn't walking itself, it's doing it without supporting joint health. Many think joint aches are just part of aging, but that discomfort often comes from lack of joint care. Walking repeatedly pounds the same joints, which can speed up wear and tear. That's why experts now recommend balancing walking with low-impact movements that cushion and strengthen your joints. Joint stiffness or lingering soreness. If walking leaves you feeling achy, it might be a sign your joints aren't getting the support they truly need. That's exactly what happened to Raymond, 77. He walked every day, thinking it was the best way to stay fit, but over time, his knees grew stiff and his lower back started to hurt. His doctor explained that the repeated impact of walking was wearing on his joints and suggested switching to lower impact activities. So Raymond started doing light swimming, indoor cycling, and gentle flexibility workouts. Within a few weeks, his discomfort eased significantly without having to stop moving altogether. Low-impact, joint-friendly exercises include things like water aerobics, bike riding, tai chi, or even easy chair-based stretches. These movements boost circulation, improve joint lubrication, and strengthen the muscles that support your joints without overloading sensitive areas. And the benefits go well beyond pain relief. Protecting your joints now can help you move better, stay flexible, and feel more comfortable for years to come. Curious about how your joints are holding up? Try this. Sit in a chair and slowly stand up without using your hands. Pay attention to how your hips and knees feel. Are they smooth or do you feel tightness or pain? If there's any stiffness, it's your body's way of asking for extra care. Keeping your joints healthy isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about staying mobile, maintaining your freedom, and making sure every step you take feels light and easy, not painful. If walking is still your only form of activity, now's the time to focus on joint protection. Incorporating low-impact exercises can make a big difference in how you feel every day. If you're still with me and finding these tips helpful, drop a 5 in the comments to let me know you're here. Final thoughts. Before we wrap up, take a moment to think about these 5 key areas. If you've only been relying on walking, you might not realize how much more your body really needs after 70. More than just steps. Now's the time to focus on muscle strength, balance, flexibility, posture, and joint care. These habits are the real foundation for staying strong, active, and independent well into your later years. Aging doesn't mean decline, it means adapting smartly. And the best time to start is now. You have the power to slow down or even reverse many of the effects of aging. The question is, which of these 5 key areas do you need to focus on most right now? Have you noticed any shifts in your strength, balance, or mobility lately? We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to put it into action in your own life. Your insights truly matter to us, and your stories help inspire others in this community too. Reading your comments gives us the encouragement to keep creating helpful content that makes a real difference. If this video brought you value, Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support means everything. It helps us keep bringing you simple, practical health tips designed to keep you strong, active, and independent. We're so glad you joined us today. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again in the next video. Until then, stay well, stay moving, and keep taking care of the body that takes care of you.